Dear students, in this video lecture, we'll study on model 1 of your smart grid subject, that is the smart grid architectural designs. Before going to start the new chapter, that is smart grid architectural design, let me brief what you mean by a smart grid. Already we know that smart grid is one of the self-healing network which is already equipped with some real-time measurement devices which are basically used to minimize the network losses, and they are used to maintain the voltage levels. They are used to increase the reliability, as well as they will be used for improving the asset management. So here what happens is the data that is called as the operational data, which is collected by the smart grid and its subsystems, they will allow the system operators to rapidly identify the best strategy to secure against the attacks, vulnerability, as well as the various contingencies which are occurring on the power grid. The smart grid first depends on identifying and researching the key performance measures, which is designing and testing appropriate tools and developing the proper education curriculum to equip the future personnel as well as knowledge and skills for deployment of highly advanced system. Let me start the first model now. In today's electric grid, already it is designed to operate in a vertical structure, that already we know that from generation, transmission, distribution. Once the generated power is transmitted very efficiently, and again it must be distributed at every level, what we call it as a level, generation, transmission, distribution. In every level, some control devices are working very efficiently to maintain the reliability, stability, as well as efficiency of the power system. But even though, because of its nature, the power system operators are now facing a new challenge, which is by penetrating the renewable energy resources into the current grid, some rapid technological changes are happening on the power system. So to mitigate that, different types of market players and end users are coming into the power system. So the next iteration, the smart grid will be equipped with the communication support schemes and real-time measurement techniques to enhance the resiliency and forecasting, as well as to protect against the internal and external threats. The design framework of the smart grid is basically depends on the restructuring of the power sector as well as optimizing its assets. Why the sentence is very important? Because now by scratch, if we are trying to develop a smart grid, we need to invest more money into that. Instead of that, whatever the current electric grid is there, if you are able to use the assets very properly, then we can utilize that amount into the in next different works whatever we are taking in the power system. The new grid, whatever we are going to propose, that must be capable of handling some uncertainties which are happening in the power system or in power transfer techniques. And the new grid must be able to accommodate the renewables, because in the present day we are we are generating the power from different renewables because of the demand, increase in the demand. So the new smart grid, whatever we are trying to develop, that must accommodate the different renewables which are there in that particular area. So the new grid must be able to optimize the transfer capability. So transmission and distribution network errors are there, its efficiency, its demand, and quality of the service, quality of the transmission and distribution network must be enhanced very efficiently. And the new grid must be able to manage and resolve unpredictable events which are happening, and whatever the uncertainties which are there in operators as well as in planning sessions, in operation sessions, whatever is there, they must be addressed or resolved very efficiently. As well as when we are trying to talk about the new grid infrastructure, or how to establish a new grid, before going to that, we must be able to compare how our smart grid is different from the today's current grid. So that is in this slide we are trying to give the comparison between the today's grid and the smart grid. Let us talk about the characteristic, and we'll try to compare the today's grid with the smart grid. The first parameter, that is the active participation. So as far as the active consumer participation is considered, the consumers are uninformed and they do not participate in today's grid environment. But in case of smart grid, all the consumers are informed and they are involved in the smart grid activities. As well as accommodation of all generation and storage options are considered. Basically, in case of today's grid, the today's grid is dominated by the central generation. Usually the main electric grid is generating the power, and it is usually distributed till the consumers. But in case of smart grid, what happens? Many distributed energy resources or the renewable energy resources, plug and play convenience, many of the renewables are generating the power. So the accommodation of all these generation aspects as well as the storage is playing a very important role in case of the smart grid. The third characteristic, that is new products, services and markets. As far as new products are considered, in present grid, the new products are limited and they are poorly integrated. Okay, limited opportunities are there for the consumers. But for the smart grid, it's well matured because many of the new equipments, they are coming into the market wholesale. There is a growth in the new electricity market for the consumers. The next characteristic is about the provision of power quality for the digital economy. So basically the today's electric grid, they will be only focused on the outages. What is the slow response to the power quality issues, they will focus on that in today's grid. But in case of smart grid, the power quality is a priority, because what is the quality of power we are delivering and what is the price options we are going to have, the smart grid is basically concentrating on that. The next characteristic is about the optimization of assets and operates efficiently. So usually in case of today's grid, there is a little integration of operational data because it is only based on one type of energy generation. But as the different type of renewable energy resources are involved in the smart grid, so the data acquisition and grid parameter monitoring and minimizing the impact of consumers, prevention, these all parameters comes into picture in case of the smart grid. Then the next parameter is about the anticipating the responses to the system disturbances, that we call it as a self-healing. So that self-healing capacity is it is having very slow response in case of today's grid, because it is vulnerable to the malicious acts of terrors and natural disasters. Slow response is there in today's grid. But as far as the smart grid is considered, it is very much resilient to the cyber attacks and natural disasters. So rapid restoration capabilities are there in the smart grid. So this is what is called as the comparison between the today's grid and the smart grid. Let us discuss about the Energy Independence and Security Act of 2007. What is that act and how it is designed? About that we will discuss. That is called as rationale for the smart grid. See, the Energy Independence and Security Act 2007, it is signed into a law of President George Bush in the year 2007, which mainly depicts what are the adaptable technologies we are going to have in a smart grid, and how we are going to reconfigure the smart grid activities, how we are going to increase the efficiency and reliability of the smart grid. And basic objective of this is modernization of the US grid, because the author is mainly concerned with the US power grid. So how to modernize the present grid and how that act is maintaining the reliability and security aspects of the electricity infrastructure, and how to meet the future demand growth. About that, this particular act is working. Now, in the last part of our video, we'll try to highlight on the what are the 5 key aspects of the smart grid deployment and development. There are 5 key aspects, those are shown in the diagram: the power system enhancement, communication and standards, computational intelligence, environment and economics, and the test bed. Let us discuss one by one. Let us start with the computational intelligence. Why the computational intelligence has become the very important aspect of the smart grid development? Let us see. See, computational intelligence is the term which describes the advanced analytical tools which are very much needed to optimize the bulk power network. Usually what happens, this toolbox it includes the evolution programming, decision support tools, some optimization techniques. So the communication is very much required in case of this particular point. So what happens, as far as the computational intelligence is considered, we are talking about the computational intelligence. So this describes about the advanced analytical tools which are needed to optimize the bulk power network. As far as the communication and standards are considered, usually the communication is one of the most important aspect of the smart grid, and you need to follow some communication rules and responsibilities, because the main aspect of the smart grid is the communication, how we are managing the data, because huge amount of data is generating, operational data is generating at every step of the smart grid. So how we are going to manage that data, and while managing their data, so we need to follow certain standards. So that standards are very important. Then next we'll study the next aspect, that is the power system enhancement. Usually what happens, the policy makers, they will assume that by expanding the use of renewable energy resources in US market, that will help to offset the impact of some carbon emissions from the thermal and fossil energy, that will meet the demand uncertainty. At some extent it is possible, but it may increase the reliability of the delivery system also. So somewhere you need to think of how to enhance the power system capabilities, and this is only possible by using the different renewable energy resources into the system. The next aspect is about the environment and economy. The basic thing about this is, when the fully developed smart grid system, when it allows the customer involvement to enhance the generation and transmission with the help of some tools, to allow the minimization of system resiliency, reliability. So what happens here is, the training tools and capacity development to manage and operate the grid operations, it will create some new job opportunities. This is one aspect. But along with that, as the new renewables are involving into the aspect, so economically we become strong. So that is first part. First part is, as we are giving more jobs to the new people, and economy also we are increasing. But the same side, you need to think about the environmental hazards also. So as we are talking about the security controls, we need to talk about some environmental aspects also. Whatever the method we are going to use for the generation of the power, what is the impact of that particular method on the environment, that also plays the very important role. Then the last aspect what we need to have is about the test bed. So test bed is whatever the new technology we are trying to propose into the smart grid, that must be tested. So some of the educational institutes like IIT Mumbai, IIT Roorkee, they have some research laboratories where the new power system is created only for testing the new technologies. before going to design or before going to apply the new technological aspects into the current electric grid, that must be tested by using the well established test beds. That is most important as far as the smart grid development and deployment parts are considered. The next part of the smart grid architectural designs and what are the proposed architectures of Department of Energy, those all things we'll discuss in the next video lecture. Thank you.